Hello, friends. What if I told you that the secret to unlimited wealth and success is not luck, not talent, and not even hard work, but simply the way you think? Napoleon Hill spent 25 years studying the world's richest men, from Henry Ford to Andrew Carnegie, and discovered one shocking truth: thoughts become things. This book reveals the 14 principles that can turn your desires into reality, if you dare to apply them. Chapter 1. Introduction. The Power of Thought. Imagine this. Everything around you, your career, your finances, your relationships, even your health, starts first as a thought. Sounds simple, right? But Napoleon Hill, through decades of studying the world's most successful people, discovered that thoughts are the invisible seeds of all achievement. The people who achieve extraordinary success don't just stumble into it. They think their way there first. Hill begins by sharing a key idea. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. This isn't just motivational fluff. Think about Thomas Edison inventing the light bulb. He didn't just hope it would work. He had a clear vision and unwavering faith in that vision. He thought it, believed it, and then acted until it became reality. The introduction sets the stage for the central theme of the book. Wealth and success are not purely a matter of luck or circumstance. They are a result of focused thought, clear goals, and persistent action. Hill emphasizes that anyone, regardless of their background or current situation, can achieve remarkable success if they master this principle. He also warns about the 6 ghosts of fear: fear of poverty, criticism, ill health, loss of love, old age, and death. These fears can cloud your mind and prevent you from thinking clearly or acting decisively. Recognizing and overcoming these fears is crucial because they block your ability to turn thoughts into reality. Hill illustrates this with real-life examples of men and women who transformed their lives. One key story he mentions is that of Edwin C. Barnes, who had no money, no connections, and no special education, but dreamed of working with Thomas Edison. Barnes's desire and persistence allowed him to eventually become Edison's business partner. This story underscores a major lesson. It's not where you start. It's the clarity of your vision and persistence that matter. A few important takeaways from this chapter. Your thoughts are powerful. They are the starting point of everything you achieve. Definiteness of purpose. Know exactly what you want. Vague desires produce vague results. Belief is essential. Thoughts backed by faith become reality. Fear is a major obstacle. Identify and eliminate fears to keep your mind focused. Hill's introduction is more than just theory. It's a wake-up call. It tells you that success is not about waiting for opportunities. It's about creating the mental blueprint first. Your mind is like fertile soil, and every thought you plant is a potential seed for riches, happiness, and achievement. But only if you nurture it with belief, desire, and action. Practical tip. Start today by writing down one definite goal. Visualize it clearly. Imagine yourself achieving it and believe it's possible. This is the very first step toward turning thought into reality, just like every successful person Hill studied did. Chapter 2. Desire, the starting point of all achievement. Have you ever wanted something so badly that it kept you awake at night? That burning urge, that unshakable drive. Napoleon Hill calls this desire, and he insists it's the first step toward all success. Without desire, even the smartest plans or hardest work can fall flat. Desire is the fuel that transforms thoughts into reality. Hill begins by making a bold statement. Weak desires bring weak results, just as a small amount of fire makes a small amount of heat. In other words, half-hearted wishes never create extraordinary outcomes. True success comes from a definite, burning desire, one that is crystal clear, specific, and emotionally charged. He distinguishes between mere wishes or hopes and definite desires backed by action. To illustrate, he tells the story of Edwin C. Barnes, who didn't just wish to work with Thomas Edison. He decided he would and then made it happen. Barnes's desire was so strong that he planned carefully, persisted through setbacks, and eventually became Edison's partner. That single-minded desire turned a dream into tangible success. Hill outlines a 6-step method for transforming desire into riches. Fix in your mind the exact amount of money or goal you desire. Don't say, "I want a lot of money." Be specific. Decide exactly what you intend to give in return. Success requires value. You must be willing to offer effort, skill, or service. Set a definite date for achieving your goal. A deadline creates urgency and focus. Create a clear plan and start immediately, even if incomplete. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Action sparks momentum. Write a clear, concise statement of your goal, including the amount, time frame, and plan. Put it somewhere visible. Read your written statement aloud twice daily, with emotion and belief. This reinforces your subconscious mind and keeps desire alive. Hill emphasizes that desire alone isn't enough. It must be combined with faith, planning, and persistence. But without desire, no combination of effort or intelligence can guarantee success. Another important point he makes is that desire must be definite and personal. A generic wish for wealth or recognition won't ignite action. Instead, your desire should be so compelling that you can see it, feel it, and act on it daily, no matter what obstacles appear. Practical tip: take a moment to write down your one biggest goal. Be specific about what you want, what you'll give in return, and when you aim to achieve it. Read this statement twice daily with emotion. Let it burn in your mind. That's your first real step from thinking to achieving. Hill closes this chapter by reminding us that all achievement starts with desire. Not luck, not circumstances, not connections. If your desire is strong enough, it will find a way. Weak desire leads to weak results, but a burning desire, paired with a clear plan and persistence, becomes unstoppable. Chapter 3: Faith, believing in your success. Imagine trying to build a house on sand. No matter how hard you work, it won't stand. Hill says the same applies to success. Without faith, your efforts will crumble. Faith is the foundation that transforms desire into reality. It's not blind optimism. It's a deep, unshakable belief in your ability to achieve your goal. Hill explains that faith is a state of mind you can develop. It is strengthened by repetition of positive affirmations and thoughts, which train your subconscious to believe in your potential. He calls this process autosuggestion, where you consciously feed your mind with positive beliefs until they become second nature. Here's the key formula Hill emphasizes: faith plus desire equals visualization plus belief equals success. Without faith, even the clearest goal or the strongest desire can fade away when challenges appear. Think about it. Every successful person Hill studied, from Henry Ford to Andrew Carnegie, had unwavering faith in themselves and their vision, even when the world doubted them. Their belief acted like a magnet, attracting opportunities, people, and resources. Hill also warns against negative influences. Doubt, fear, and criticism are contagious and can erode faith. Surrounding yourself with positive, supportive influences is crucial. He encourages daily practices like reading affirmations aloud with emotion and belief, visualizing your goals clearly as if they're already achieved, repeating encouraging statements about your abilities and potential. He provides a practical example. A young man wanted to start his own business but had little experience and limited resources. Through consistent autosuggestion and mental reinforcement of belief, he began to act confidently. Eventually, opportunities opened up that aligned perfectly with his goals, all because he believed in himself and his vision first. Practical tip: write a simple statement of your goal and read it aloud every morning and night with emotion. Visualize yourself achieving it. See it, feel it, believe it. Your subconscious mind cannot distinguish between real and vividly imagined events. It will start working toward making your goal a reality. Hill concludes that faith is not a wish, it is a mental habit. The more you strengthen it, the more unstoppable you become. Desire gives you the fuel, but faith provides the engine that propels your thoughts into tangible results. Chapter 4: Autosuggestion, Reprogramming Your Mind. Have you ever noticed how some thoughts keep coming back, over and over, shaping your mood and actions? Napoleon Hill calls this autosuggestion, the practice of feeding your subconscious mind with positive, goal-oriented thoughts until they take root and guide your actions automatically. Hill explains that the subconscious mind is like fertile soil. It accepts whatever you plant in it, whether positive or negative. If you repeatedly tell yourself, "I can't do this," or "I'll never succeed," your subconscious absorbs it, and your behavior will unconsciously align with those beliefs. Conversely, if you consciously feed it faith, desire, and positive affirmations, it begins to work toward your goals without you even realizing it. Autosuggestion is the bridge between desire and faith. Desire alone is not enough. Faith alone is not enough. But when you repeatedly impress your desire and belief onto your subconscious, it becomes an unstoppable force driving you toward success. Hill provides a practical method for using autosuggestion effectively. Write your definite goal clearly, the amount you desire, the time frame, and what you'll give in return. Read your written statement aloud twice daily. With emotion and belief, morning and night are best. Visualize yourself achieving the goal. See it, hear it, feel it, as if it's already real. Repeat affirmations consistently until they become a natural part of your thinking. He stresses that emotion is the secret ingredient. Simply repeating words mechanically won't work. You must feel the desire, the success, and the achievement as real. When emotion and repetition combine, the subconscious begins to act, influencing your decisions, habits, and actions to align with your goal. Hill also warns against negative influences. Surrounding yourself with doubt, criticism, or fear can sabotage your autosuggestion practice. The subconscious mind is impressionable, so consistently reinforce positive, success-oriented thoughts to counter any negativity. Practical tip: take 5 to 10 minutes each morning and evening to read your written goal statement aloud. Then, close your eyes and visualize yourself living that success. Feel the emotions: pride, joy, confidence, and accomplishment. Do this daily. Your subconscious mind will start finding ways to make it happen. Hill concludes that autosuggestion is not a magical trick. It's a disciplined practice that trains your mind to believe in your goals and align your actions naturally with them. Desire plants the seed, faith nurtures it, and autosuggestion ensures it grows into real, tangible achievement. Chapter 5: Specialized Knowledge. Knowledge is power only when applied. Have you ever noticed that people with average intelligence sometimes achieve extraordinary success, while brilliant minds struggle to make an impact? Hill explains this with a simple truth. General knowledge alone won't make you rich. It's the application of specialized knowledge that counts. Specialized knowledge is knowledge focused on a specific area, combined with the ability to use it effectively. It could be technical skills, professional expertise, or insights in a niche field. The key is not just knowing, but knowing how to use it to solve problems, create value, and achieve your definite goal. Hill emphasizes that you don't have to be an expert in everything. Instead, you can acquire knowledge from others through reading, courses, or mentorship. Form a mastermind group covered in later chapters to access other skills. Apply knowledge strategically where it counts most. He provides an example. A young man who wanted to become successful in business didn't have all the technical knowledge of running a company, but he focused on learning the key skills needed for his industry, sought advice from experienced mentors, and applied what he learned. Over time, this focused approach allowed him to succeed far faster than someone trying to know everything. Hill also points out that knowledge alone is powerless without action. Many people accumulate degrees, certificates, or general knowledge, but if they don't use it purposefully, it won't create wealth or achievement. The difference between success and failure often comes down to applying what you know in the right way at the right time. Practical tip: identify one area where you can develop specialized knowledge that aligns with your goals. Learn from books, courses, or mentors, and immediately find ways to apply that knowledge to solve real problems or create value. Action transforms knowledge into power. Another important idea: you can borrow specialized knowledge from others. You don't have to know everything yourself. Hiring experts, partnering with skilled people, or joining a network allows you to leverage their knowledge while you focus on your strengths. Hill concludes that success is a combination of desire, faith, applied knowledge, and action. Specialized knowledge acts as the toolkit, enabling you to turn your dreams into reality more efficiently and effectively. Chapter 6: Imagination, the Workshop of the Mind. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to invent brilliant ideas or spot opportunities that others completely miss? Napoleon Hill calls this ability imagination, the creative force that transforms desire and knowledge into plans, innovations, and riches. Hill explains that imagination is the workshop where all plans are created. Desire gives the seed, specialized knowledge gives the tools, but imagination designs the blueprint. Without imagination, even the most passionate desire and most valuable knowledge may remain unused. There are two types of imagination, according to Hill. Synthetic imagination, rearranging existing ideas, concepts, or knowledge into new combinations. This is the type of imagination most commonly used in business, marketing, and problem-solving. Creative imagination, receiving ideas or inspiration directly from the subconscious or higher intelligence. This is the source of breakthroughs, inventions, and innovative ideas. Hill emphasizes that imagination alone is not enough. It must be combined with organized planning and action. Many people dream big, but few act. Successful individuals use imagination to create practical, actionable plans that can be executed immediately. He illustrates this with real-life examples of inventors and entrepreneurs who visualized solutions before they existed. For instance, Henry Ford imagined a car for the masses, combining ideas in new ways, and then acted on that vision to create the modern automobile industry. Practical tip: dedicate daily time to exercise your imagination. Take a problem, desire, or goal, and brainstorm multiple solutions, combinations, or approaches. Don't censor your ideas. Quantity sparks quality. Then, pick the most practical ideas and turn them into actionable plans. Another key point: your imagination thrives when fed by knowledge, desire, and faith. The more you know, the more ideas your mind can combine creatively. the stronger your desire. The more emotionally charged your imagination becomes, and faith ensures your ideas are not just fantasies, but plans you can pursue with confidence. Hill concludes that imagination is the engine of progress. Every great achievement, from business empires to inventions, starts as an idea formed in the mind. Nurture it, combine it with action, and let it guide your journey from desire to tangible success. Chapter 7: Organized Planning, Turning Desire into Action. Imagine having a brilliant idea, burning desire, faith, and imagination, but no plan. Without structure, even the best ideas often fizzle out. Hill calls organized planning the bridge between dreams and reality. It's where your thoughts, knowledge, and imagination are translated into actionable steps. Hill emphasizes that success rarely happens by accident. Those who achieve extraordinary results carefully plan, prepare, and act. Planning involves creating a clear, practical plan to achieve your definite goal. Starting immediately, even if the plan is imperfect. Waiting for perfection wastes time and momentum. Testing, revising, and improving plans based on feedback and results. Flexibility is key. Hill provides examples of people who started with nothing but a clear plan and persistent action, eventually achieving success. One key lesson is that plans can fail, but failure is not the end. Hill advises, ... Every failure brings with it the seed of an equivalent success. Learn from mistakes, adjust your strategy, and keep moving forward. He also highlights the importance of alliances. Few people succeed alone. Surrounding yourself with the right people, mentors, partners, or a mastermind group strengthens your plans, provides insights, and multiplies your chances of success. Practical tip: write down a step-by-step plan for your goal. Include what actions you will take daily, weekly, and monthly. Identify potential obstacles and how you'll overcome them. Start immediately and adjust as needed. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Momentum is more powerful than perfection. Hill also stresses persistence and action over theory. Knowledge, desire, faith, and imagination are useless without implementation. Even the simplest plan, executed consistently, often leads to greater results than a perfect plan left on paper. Another key insight: organized planning is dynamic. Your plan should evolve as you learn more, face challenges, and discover new opportunities. The ability to adapt while keeping your ultimate goal in sight is what separates successful people from those who give up. Hill concludes that action plus planning is the cornerstone of achievement. Dreams remain dreams until they are backed by a structured plan and persistent execution. Organized planning transforms your mental blueprint into real-world success. Chapter 8: Decision: Mastery of Procrastination. Have you ever noticed that some people make decisions quickly, confidently, and rarely waver, and as a result, they achieve extraordinary success? Meanwhile, others hesitate, overthink, and delay action, often missing opportunities entirely. Napoleon Hill calls this the mastery of procrastination, and declares that decision-making is one of the most critical habits of successful people. Another key insight: organized planning is dynamic. Your plan should evolve as you learn more, face challenges, and discover new opportunities. The ability to adapt while keeping your ultimate goal in sight is what separates successful people from those who give up. Hill concludes that action plus planning is the cornerstone of achievement. Dreams remain dreams until they are backed by a structured plan and persistent execution. Organized planning transforms your mental blueprint into real-world success. Chapter 8: Decision: Mastery of Procrastination. Have you ever noticed that some people make decisions quickly, confidently, and rarely waver, and as a result, they achieve extraordinary success? Meanwhile, others hesitate, overthink, and delay action, often missing opportunities entirely. Napoleon Hill calls this the mastery of procrastination and declares that decision-making is one of the most critical habits of successful people. Hill opens the chapter with a startling observation. Indecision and procrastination are the primary causes of failure. People fail not because they lack knowledge, imagination, or desire, but because they cannot make timely, firm decisions. Hesitation erodes confidence, allows fear and doubt to creep in, and gives opportunities to those who are decisive. The chapter is filled with examples from Hill's study of history's most successful individuals. He cites Henry Ford, who made swift, firm decisions in business and revolutionized the automobile industry, and Andrew Carnegie, whose decisiveness allowed him to capitalize on opportunities in steel and finance. Both men understood that delaying decisions is often worse than making the wrong decision, because action provides experience and correction opportunities, while inaction guarantees stagnation. Hill emphasizes that decision-making is a skill that can be developed. He provides several practical steps to cultivate decisiveness. Form the habit of making decisions promptly and clearly. Avoid overanalyzing or waiting for perfect conditions. Base decisions on careful thought, but don't get trapped in analysis paralysis. Gather enough information to make an informed choice, then act. Stick to your decisions once made, unless new evidence demands adjustment. Wavering sends a message of doubt to your subconscious mind and weakens faith. Avoid letting others influence your decisions excessively. Successful people seek advice, but ultimately trust their judgment. Hill notes that over-reliance on others' opinions often leads to delays and poor outcomes. A key principle Hill highlights is the connection between desire, faith, and decision. Strong desire and faith empower you to make bold, confident decisions. When you truly believe in your goal and visualize your success, hesitation diminishes and action becomes natural. Procrastination, Hill warns, is a subtle form of fear. It's often disguised as caution, careful planning, or the desire for perfection. But in reality, it blocks progress. Fear of failure, criticism, or uncertainty can prevent you from acting decisively. Overcoming procrastination requires self-discipline and courage, reinforced by daily practice of making small decisions promptly and confidently. Hill also stresses the importance of persistence in decision-making. One decision is rarely enough. Consistent follow-through, adaptation, and commitment are what turn a decision into tangible success. He shares examples of entrepreneurs and inventors who failed multiple times but never wavered in their ultimate decision to succeed. Each failure was a lesson, not a reason to stop. Another significant insight: decisive people attract opportunities and allies. When you act confidently, others take notice, respect your determination, and often become willing to support or join you. Indecision, on the other hand, signals weakness, causing potential partners and opportunities to look elsewhere. Practical tip: start building decisiveness today. Pick one area of your life where you've been hesitating: a business decision, a personal goal, or a skill to develop. Set a firm deadline, make your choice, and act immediately. Monitor the results, adjust if necessary, but never let indecision freeze you. Treat small decisions as training for bigger ones. The more decisively you act, the more confident and successful you'll become. Hill concludes the chapter with a powerful idea. Decision is the master key to success. Desire provides the goal, Faith strengthens belief. Imagination offers solutions, and organized planning builds the roadmap. But without decisive action, all of these remain dreams. Developing the habit of prompt, firm, and independent decision-making is one of the most effective ways to overcome fear, master procrastination, and achieve your objectives. In essence, the ability to decide and act decisively separates the successful from the unsuccessful. Every major achievement in history involved a clear decision followed by persistent action. Delaying action may feel safe, but it always costs more in missed opportunities than the occasional wrong choice ever could. Chapter 9. Persistence. Sustained effort is key. Imagine planting a seed, watering it, and expecting it to sprout immediately. Most people give up too soon, frustrated that results don't appear instantly. Napoleon Hill calls this challenge the test of persistence, the ability to keep moving forward despite obstacles, delays, or failures. He emphasizes that persistence is a crucial trait separating successful people from those who fail. Hill begins by stating that desire and decision alone are not enough. Without persistence, even the clearest goals and most organized plans often fail. Persistence is what keeps you aligned with your goals when initial enthusiasm fades, when critics doubt you, or when challenges seem insurmountable. It's the steady effort over time that compounds into extraordinary results. He outlines 4 essential elements that cultivate persistence. A definite purpose backed by a burning desire. Without a clear goal, it's easy to give up when difficulties arise. Desire fuels determination, keeping you focused and motivated. A strong self-discipline. Success requires controlling your habits, emotions, and reactions. Persistent people don't let temporary setbacks derail their efforts. A positive mental attitude. Hill emphasizes that optimism and faith are integral to persistence. A negative mindset leads to discouragement and inaction. Support from a mastermind or alliances. Surrounding yourself with encouraging, goal-oriented people strengthens your determination and helps you stay accountable. Hill warns that most people fail because they quit just before achieving success. Historical examples abound. Thomas Edison faced thousands of unsuccessful attempts before inventing the electric light bulb. Henry Ford experienced multiple failed businesses before revolutionizing the automobile industry. Each failure tested their persistence, but they remained steadfast, learning from setbacks and improving along the way. Key insight Hill provides is that persistence is not an innate trait, but a habit that can be developed. By practicing small acts of perseverance daily, completing tasks, facing minor challenges, and refusing to quit, you train your mind to endure larger obstacles with resilience and confidence. Practical tip: identify one area in your life where you tend to give up quickly, a goal, project, or skill. Set small, consistent daily actions toward progress. Track your effort, celebrate incremental wins, and adjust your approach without abandoning the goal. Persistence grows through repetition and conscious practice. Hill also highlights the connection between persistence and autosuggestion. Repeatedly reinforcing your goals and belief in your success strengthens your subconscious mind, which in turn fuels consistent action even when conscious motivation wanes. Essentially, your mind becomes your personal coach, pushing you forward when challenges arise. Another critical aspect is learning from temporary defeat. Every setback carries a lesson. Hill urges readers to analyze failures objectively, extract insights, and apply them immediately. This transforms obstacles into stepping stones rather than roadblocks. Furthermore, persistence interacts with other principles like decision, faith, and desire. Without desire, persistence has no fuel. Without faith, it lacks confidence. Without decision, it lacks direction. Persistence is the engine that drives all other principles into sustained action, ensuring that effort continues until the goal is achieved. Hill concludes the chapter with a powerful reminder: success belongs to those who persist. Most people quit too soon, leaving their potential unrealized. True achievement requires a combination of desire, planning, decision-making, faith, and above all, the relentless will to keep going until the objective is reached. In short, persistence transforms potential into reality. It is the bridge between intention and accomplishment, turning dreams into tangible success through continuous effort, learning, and unwavering determination. Chapter 10: The Power of the Mastermind. The Driving Force. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to attract the right opportunities, resources, and advice almost effortlessly? Napoleon Hill explains this phenomenon through the principle of the mastermind, a coordinated alliance of minds working together toward a common goal. According to Hill, no one achieves true success alone. Even the most talented individuals rely on the power of collective intelligence, collaboration, and shared energy. Hill defines a mastermind as a friendly alliance of two or more people who work in harmony toward definite objectives. The key is harmony. Conflicting personalities or agendas weaken the power, while unity multiplies it. Each member contributes specialized knowledge, ideas, and encouragement, creating a force greater than the sum of its parts. Hill emphasizes that the mastermind has both psychological and practical benefits. Psychologically, it provides support, motivation, and reinforcement of faith and desire. Practically, it gives access to knowledge, skills, contacts, and resources that an individual might not possess alone. This combination creates momentum that accelerates the achievement of goals. He provides examples of great alliances in history. Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, and Andrew Carnegie all benefited from people around them who shared knowledge, offered advice, or collaborated to achieve monumental goals. Even Barnes, the man who became Edison's partner, leveraged the mastermind principle by aligning himself with Edison's vision and capabilities. Hill also explains that the mastermind principle is more than networking or casual collaboration. It requires definite purpose. All members must share or support the same objective. Harmony and mutual respect. Conflicts or jealousy destroy effectiveness. Regular interaction. Frequent communication strengthens influence, trust, and coordination. Open exchange of ideas. Each member's unique knowledge and skills contribute to the solution. One of the most powerful aspects of the mastermind is its ability to tap into infinite intelligence. Hill describes this as a connection to a higher collective wisdom that each member can access when thoughts, energy, and efforts are aligned. This is how innovative solutions, unexpected opportunities, and breakthroughs often appear almost magically in mastermind groups. Practical tip: to harness the power of the mastermind, identify 2 to 5 people who complement your skills, share your goals, and can contribute positively to your vision. Meet regularly, exchange ideas, and encourage each other. Focus on harmony, mutual benefit, and collective action. This creates an environment where inspiration, guidance, and opportunities flow naturally. Hill warns against negative or unsupportive groups, which can drain energy, undermine confidence, and block progress. Surround yourself with individuals who inspire, challenge, and reinforce your belief in your goals. The wrong influence can be far more damaging than lack of action because it subtly erodes faith and persistence. Another critical insight is that the mastermind amplifies personal energy. Even introverted or less confident individuals can achieve extraordinary results when aligned with a supportive group. The combined mental effort, encouragement, and accountability propel members forward faster than they could go alone. Hill concludes that no man can accumulate great riches without the cooperation of others. The mastermind is the multiplier of all other principles: desire, faith, decision, persistence, and specialized knowledge. It provides the intellectual and emotional fuel that turns individual effort into unstoppable progress. Chapter 12: The Subconscious Mind. The Connecting Link. Have you ever wondered why some thoughts, repeated over time, seem to shape your decisions, habits, and even life outcomes automatically? Napoleon Hill explains that this is the work of the subconscious mind, a powerful link between your conscious desires and the forces of infinite intelligence that shape reality. Hill calls it the connecting link because it bridges your thoughts, emotions, and actions with tangible results. Hill begins by emphasizing that the subconscious mind does not reason. It acts on the instructions you give it through repetition, emotion, and belief. Positive, focused thoughts are absorbed and acted upon, while negative or fearful thoughts create obstacles and failures. This is why autosuggestion and faith are so vital. They program the subconscious to work toward your definite goals instead of sabotaging them. He explains that the subconscious mind is highly receptive to emotion. Thoughts backed by strong feelings, whether desire, faith, love, or even fear, are absorbed and acted upon more powerfully than neutral ideas. This principle makes the subconscious a magnifier of your beliefs, for better or worse. Hill highlights 3 critical ways the subconscious mind works to achieve success. Receiving orders from the conscious mind. When you clearly define your goal and repeatedly impress it with emotion and belief, the subconscious accepts it as a command. Attracting knowledge and opportunities. The subconscious constantly seeks ways to help achieve the goals you feed it. It generates ideas, prompts action, or connects you with people who can help. Directing your behavior. The subconscious influences habits, attitudes, and responses, often without your conscious awareness, aligning your actions with your dominant thoughts. Hill emphasizes the role of positive mental programming. By repeatedly feeding the subconscious mind with affirmations, visualizations, and belief, you essentially train it to work tirelessly for your success. Conversely, dwelling on fear, doubt, or negative outcomes programs the subconscious to block your progress. Practical tip: practice subconscious programming by writing your definite goal clearly, reading it aloud twice daily with emotion, visualizing the goal as already achieved, reinforcing belief in yourself and your abilities consistently. Hill notes that the subconscious is also the source of inspiration and hunches. Many successful people report sudden insights or ideas that seem to come from nowhere. These are often messages from the subconscious, triggered by a mind that has been properly trained and focused on a goal. Another key insight is that the subconscious mind is always active, whether you direct it or not. Your dominant thoughts, positive or negative, are constantly shaping your behaviors, attracting circumstances, and influencing outcomes. This makes deliberate mental training essential for success. Hill concludes that mastering the subconscious mind is the ultimate connecting link between your internal beliefs, external actions, and the forces that govern opportunity, luck, and achievement. It is the channel through which desire, faith, and autosuggestion transform into real-world results. In short, the subconscious mind is not passive. It is your constant ally or silent saboteur. Feed it with positivity, belief, and purpose, and it will work relentlessly toward your success. Ignore it or fill it with doubt and fear, and it will obstruct your goals, no matter how strong your desire or plan may be. Chapter 13. The Brain, a Broadcasting and Receiving Station. Have you ever had a sudden idea, a flash of insight, or a moment when a solution just seemed to appear out of nowhere? Napoleon Hill explains that this is not random. Your brain functions like a broadcasting and receiving station, constantly sending and receiving thoughts, ideas, and signals, connecting you to infinite intelligence. Understanding this principle is key to turning thoughts into reality. Hill begins by emphasizing that the brain is much more than a thinking organ. It is a transmitter and receiver of thought energy, capable of picking up ideas from your own subconscious and from others. He calls this principle the basis for inspiration, intuition, and hunches that often guide successful people toward opportunity and innovation. The brain works in two main ways: broadcasting your dominant thoughts. When your mind is focused on a definite purpose with desire, faith, and persistence, it sends out energy and intention into the world. This broadcast attracts similar energies, ideas, and opportunities. Receiving thoughts and ideas. Through the subconscious and intuition, your brain receives ideas, solutions, or warnings that often seem sudden or spontaneous. These are signals from infinite intelligence or collective human knowledge that you are tuned into. Hill emphasizes that the state of your mind affects what you broadcast and receive. Positive, focused, and emotionally charged thoughts create productive signals, while doubt, fear, and negativity broadcast confusion and attract obstacles. Essentially, your brain acts as a magnet, drawing circumstances, people, and solutions that match your mental frequency. Key principle here is mental harmony. When your conscious mind, subconscious mind, and emotions are aligned, your brain becomes a powerful channel for creativity and opportunity. Many successful inventors, entrepreneurs, and leaders report sudden inspirations, moments where solutions appear fully formed. Hill explains that this is the brain receiving ideas from outside your conscious awareness, made possible by faith, desire, and autosuggestion. Hill also highlights the importance of emotional energy. Thoughts accompanied by strong emotion are more powerful when broadcasted and received. This is why desire, passion, and enthusiasm amplify your mental influence. The combination of thought and emotion creates a vibrational energy that the subconscious mind can transmit to the universe, attracting corresponding results. Practical tip: to harness your brain's broadcasting and receiving power, focus daily on your definite purpose with clear visualization. Maintain positive emotions and faith while thinking about your goals. Practice autosuggestion to reinforce belief and alignment. Remain open to sudden insights, hunches, or aha moments. Act on them promptly. Hill explains that communication with the brain is continuous, whether you are consciously aware or not. That is why it is critical to feed your mind with positive, goal-oriented thoughts. Negative or fear-based thoughts are received as well, creating obstacles and limiting your capacity to achieve success. Another important aspect is that the brain is not limited by your personal knowledge. When properly trained, it can access ideas, strategies, and solutions from collective intelligence. This is how successful people often invent innovations that feel ahead of their time. They are receiving ideas through the brain's natural broadcasting and receiving capacity. Hill concludes that the brain is a link between your mind and infinite intelligence, enabling you to transmit your goals and receive insights, guidance, and opportunities. Mastering this principle requires clarity of purpose, emotional alignment, faith, persistence, and positive mental programming. When combined, these elements turn the brain into a powerful instrument for achieving wealth and success. In short, the brain is far more than a passive thinking organ. It is an active channel, a high-powered transmitter and receiver that, when properly trained and aligned, attracts ideas, opportunities, and resources necessary to turn desire into tangible achievement.